Hello, this is Chris Callow, DEKALB Asgrow Territory Agronomist here in West Central Illinois. Going to share an update with you today on some emergence ratings on DEKALB corn and Asgrow XtendFlex soybeans. Here's a map indicating where the locations were at for these plots. The green star is kind of running more through that I-55 corridor. They were planted between April 4th and April 8th, and we rated those on May the 4th. And then the red box is more in West Central Illinois. Those plots were planted on April 19th through the 22nd, and we rated those on May 21st. So this is an example of the different ratings we gave. So there on the left, you see a hybrid that is a little bit more elongated, a little bit more developed. We gave that a 2, and then you see a 3 in the middle, and then a 4 on the right. So just showing some examples of what the ratings would look like in the field. Here's the data on existing hybrids in the DEKALB lineup. One thing that we did while doing this is we did lump together genetic families. We didn't see any differences between different traded versions, so it just seemed best to lump those together to get a higher count for each genetic family. Overall, we took 131 ratings on DEKALB hybrids at all the different locations with an overall average of 3.05. So you can see how hybrids kind of stack up versus the average. Really, the only two that separate themselves on this slide is 64, 34, and 35 being more on the slow side. Nothing new there. We've known that for a while. And 61, 40, and 41 separating itself on the pack as one of the quicker ones and more developed out of the ground. Something you see here on the slide that I thought I would show is the min and the max ratings that we gave individual products at all the different sites. So you can see that certain products do change from one location to the next in different environments. This is the information on the 6 brand new genetic lines that are in the DEKALB lineup this year. You can see from the data there that 6289 and 6737 did trend to be a little bit slower than average. Nothing worse than what we've seen before with other products that we've had in the lineup, so feel very good and very comfortable with these products and their emergence ratings. Now switching gears to soybeans, the red stars here indicate the 7 different locations that I managed to get across to take emergence ratings on our brand new Asgrow XtendFlex soybean trials. Here are some examples of what the ratings would look like in the plot. So the picture on the left here, you see a product that we rated as a 4, and on the right you see a product that you see rating as a 2. One thing I would like to share is that as we walked these Asgrow plots, it felt like we were splitting hairs at times trying to drive ratings. A lot of times we were differentiating a product by maybe a slight subtle difference between the first unifoliate or the first trifoliate coming out. There weren't a lot of differences in several of these locations. Showing you here the ratings on the bulk of the varieties in that mid to late group 3 maturity. All 10 of these soybean varieties were present at all 7 locations that we made it to. Just like in the corn data showing you the min and the max, so you did see a little bit of variance, not quite as much. Overall, not a huge separation in these products. 33 XF1 did trend to be a little bit slower, and 38 XFO did trend to be a little bit better. Here's the information on some earlier maturing and later maturing products from my footprint. These products were not present at all 7 locations, so I would take this data with a grain of salt. For example, 42 XFO was only at 1 location. Looked really good at that 1 location, but we only saw it at 1 location. Overall, took 88 ratings on all the products at all the locations with an overall average of 2.97. One product in this group that did trend to stick out at every location as being just a little bit further along was 28 XF1. In summary, what I take away from walking all of these plots and what I'd like to leave you with is that in my personal opinion, there are no train wrecks in either the DEKALB or the Asgrow lineup. There's no reason for concern about the consistency and uniformity of emergence of any of these products, nor the speed of any of these products. One of the things we started to ask ourselves as we walked these trials is, what is the driving force behind the variability of individual products from location to location? Is it that maybe a particular hybrid has a good tolerance for a cooler soil and it can emerge quicker in that cooler soil than other hybrids, but maybe if that soil was a little bit warmer or wetter, maybe a different hybrid can emerge a little bit quicker? So that may account for some of the variability we see. The last thing I want to leave you with is, in my personal opinion, speed of emergence of a product has no direct correlation whatsoever at all to final yield. We can all point to individual products that are slow to emerge and are phenomenal yielding products, such as a 6434 and even a 36XX. On the flip side, I have seen a lot of products in my career that are exceptionally quick to emerge, but they end up not yielding worth a darn. So while it is noteworthy to know how products emerge to help us position those products, it is far more important at how that product finishes. And there is no direct correlation between speed of emergence and final yield.